Formula One is growing faster than ever, bringing in millions of new fans around the world. But with over 70 years of high-speed history, it's easy to feel lost. So here's your shortcut. The 10 drivers you absolutely must know to really understand what makes F1 so special. These aren't just races, they're pioneers, champions, and icons who shaped the sport into what it is today. Ready? Let's dive in. Lewis Hamilton is one of the most successful and influential drivers in the history of Formula One. He burst onto the scene in 2007 and immediately showed he was a serious contender, finishing his first season just 1 point away from winning the championship. Since then, Hamilton has won 7 world championships, tying the all-time record and broken the record for most race wins with over 100 victories. What makes him special isn't just the numbers, it's how he drives. Lewis combines fearless aggression with incredible control, racing smoothly even under intense pressure. He can overtake rivals with bold moves and then manage his tyres and pace perfectly to stay in front. His journey also includes breaking barriers as the first black driver in a sport that's been mostly white and European for decades, inspiring countless people around the world to believe they belong on the track. Hamilton is the definition of a modern champion. Fast, smart, and relentless. Michael Schumacher. Before Hamilton, Michael Schumacher was the name everyone associated with Formula One dominance. Starting in the early 1990s, Schumacher quickly rose through the ranks with his incredible speed and focus. He won his first 2 world championships with Benetton, a smaller team, proving his talent early on. But it was his move to Ferrari in 1996 that truly changed the sport. Ferrari had been struggling for years, and Schumacher helped turn them into the most dominant team of the early 2000s. From 2000 to 2004, he won 5 championships in a row, a level of dominance rarely seen. What set Schumacher apart was his obsession with perfection. He worked closely with his team to improve the car and pushed himself to be fitter and faster than anyone else. His aggressive but precise driving style made him a fierce competitor, feared by rivals but respected for his skill. Schumacher set a new standard for professionalism and excellence that still influences drivers today. Ayrton Senna is considered by many to be the most naturally talented driver in F1 history. Hailing from Brazil, Senna was famous for his incredible speed, especially when racing in wet and tricky conditions where others struggled. He won 3 world championships in the late 1980s and early 1990s, dazzling fans with his skill and determination. Senna's qualifying speed was legendary. He could push his car to the absolute limit and set lap times far ahead of others. But Senna's greatness wasn't just about raw speed. He raced with a passion and intensity that inspired millions. His battles on the track were dramatic and emotional, making every race feel like a story unfolding before your eyes. Tragically, Senna died in a crash during the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, a loss that shocked the world and led to major safety improvements in F1. His legacy lives on as a symbol of courage and pure racing spirit. Alain Prost earned the nickname The Professor because of his thoughtful, tactical approach to racing. Unlike drivers who relied mostly on speed, Prost was a master of strategy, knowing exactly when to push and when to conserve his car and tyres. He won 4 world championships during the 1980s and early 90s, often battling legendary rivals like Ayrton Senna. Their rivalry was one of the fiercest in sports history, with moments full of tension and drama both on and off the track. Prost's smooth driving style and intelligence made him extremely consistent. He might not always have been the fastest, but he finished races in the best possible position to score points and win championships. He helped prove that winning in Formula One isn't just about speed, but also about brains and patience. Manuel Fangio. To understand Formula One's roots, you have to know Manuel Fangio. Racing in the 1950s, Fangio dominated a very different kind of F1, dangerous, with little safety, and cars that were harder to control. Despite these challenges, Fangio won 5 world championships, a record that stood for nearly 50 years. He was known for his smooth driving and incredible ability to get the most out of any car, switching between several top teams and still winning. Fangio's courage and skill, in an era when accidents were often fatal, made him a true pioneer. His legacy set the foundation for all future drivers, showing what greatness looks like when the risks are at their highest. Jim Clark. Jim Clark was one of the most naturally gifted drivers of the 1960s. His smooth style and speed was so remarkable that many experts say he was one of the greatest talents F1 ever saw. He won 2 world championships and 25 races before his life and career were tragically cut short by a crash at just 32 years old. Clark was admired not just for his ability, but also for his humble personality and sportsmanship. He raced in an era where drivers often competed in multiple types of motorsport and was known as a true gentleman on and off the track. Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso is known as one of the toughest and smartest drivers in recent decades. Starting his F1 career as a teenager, he quickly impressed the paddock with his aggressive style and ability to get the most out of any car. Alonso won 2 world championships in 2005 and 2006, becoming the youngest double champion at the time and breaking the long streak of Ferrari dominance. His reputation for racecraft, making bold overtakes and outthinking rivals, has made him one of the most respected drivers ever. Even as cars and teams changed, Alonso's determination and passion never faded. Now in his 40s, he's still racing and proving that heart and skill can keep you competitive at the highest level. Sebastian Vettel rose quickly through the ranks to become one of the youngest F1 champions ever. He won 4 consecutive world championships from 2010 to 2013 with Red Bull Racing, a team he helped make dominant. Vettel is known for his smooth driving style and ability to lead a race from start to finish. He was also admired for his calm under pressure and sharp tactical mind. In later years, Vettel became a respected voice in the paddock, advocating for sportsmanship and sustainability. His career is a story of growth, from a young talent to a mature leader in the sport. Niki Lauda. Niki Lauda's story is one of courage and resilience. He won 3 world championships in the 1970s and 80s, but is perhaps best known for his miraculous return to racing after a horrific crash in 1976. Lauda's car caught fire, and he suffered severe burns and injuries. Yet only 6 weeks later, he was back behind the wheel, fighting for the title that year. His sharp technical knowledge helped him guide teams to success long after retiring from driving. Lauda's legacy is about fighting through adversity and never giving up, making him one of the most inspiring figures in F1 history. Max Verstappen is the new face of Formula One and one of the most exciting drivers to watch today. He entered F1 at just 17 years old, becoming the youngest driver ever to compete in the sport. Max stunned the racing world by winning his first race at age 18, breaking records and challenging long-established champions. Since then, Verstappen has rapidly risen to the top, winning 4 world championships already by the age of 27, a feat that puts him among the all-time greats. Known for his fearless driving style, bold overtakes, and intense racecraft, Max is not just a winner, but a thrilling competitor who has brought a new level of excitement to Formula One. With many years ahead, Verstappen is shaping the future of the sport and thrilling millions of fans worldwide. These 10 drivers don't just define race wins or titles. They tell the story of Formula One itself. Whether you're new to the sport or just starting to explore, knowing their stories will make every race more exciting and meaningful. Who's your favorite? Drop a comment below. Hit subscribe for more F1 stories and get ready for the next Grand Prix.